These two teams last met in the final of the championship series. That's the Olympic Sixes format that they played in February over in Springfield, Virginia. Cannons won in overtime. Sowers was knocked out early in that game. Working on Bryce Young, turns the corner. Vengeance is mine, I will repay.
I love the early initiative. Get the ball to Sowers and let him get into the flow of the game. Let him get super aggressive. Start to play to the hometown crowd a bit. Here you're going to see the speed on display. Just a little hesitation directly behind the cage. And then he just puts on the afterburners, Quint.
Good point for the Waterdogs here is the off-ball cuts really made it impossible for Boston to send an early double there. And so these early possessions, you're usually trying to gauge, hey, what's the opponent's slide mentality? Well, the Waterdogs...
36 in purple, the rookie out of Yale, Matt Brandow. Now McArdle. Played on Team USA last summer. Shoots high, and he beats Kirst upstairs.
McArdle's patience on this dodge is really what impresses me most. He gets the matchup he wants and just kind of goes back and forth. That little pump fake kind of freezes the defense off ball, enabling him enough airspace to then get to his spot and unleash one high.
The shot has a little bit of deception on it. You see Kirst's stick just hiccups just a tad down low. He's thinking right hand, overhand, and that McArdle's...
Final few seconds. Here's Sowers from long distance. That's a one. Michael Sowers with a three-point first half. Philly area native. He's got a big cheering section that came to Villanova today, and it makes it 6-5.
On first look, this to me feels like it's out of his area code, out of his distance.
I think this is one of the underrated parts of Sowers' game. You think of his shiftiness, his quickness. He has range. He has range not only with his right hand, but with his left as well. I mean, to be the complete package, we don't see it that often because he doesn't really need to, but he has this in his bag.
That can't be in the scouting report.
Well, you're worried about so many other things that if he does this, you're like, tip your cap. You're like fine. If you're going to score that way, okay. Renner trapped on defense. McArdle attack that matchup. They're going to do it again right here in a two-man game.
Sowers, McArdle, like clockwork.
It all starts with a two-man game behind the cage, getting the trap Ryan Drenner involved, and then from there the Cannons are just in scramble mode defensively. Sowers is going to push this corner. You can see a little bit of confusion there in terms of are we staying, are we switching? And Epples just ball watching.
52 and white.
Yeah, the Cannons kind of smoothed that, understanding what he was going through physically and emotionally towards the end of his career at Notre Dame.
Sowers! Oh! Right on the doorstep. Acrobatic catch and finish. It's 10-8.
Get a feeling this game is opening up. This is a great look. Sowers sensing the defensive rotation, gets on his horse, and works to the top side.
It's just beautiful ball movement here by Waterdogs. So you're going to eventually get this double team and pinball the ball around. Freeze it right here. This is where you're going to see this little 2-on-1. You got McArdle and Sowers. Here is the defender, Young, that's kind of trapped between those two guys. And Sowers just sneaks around the crease. Easy feed from McArdle, but beautiful identification. And Van Rapphorst, he was the defender that was late getting down that backside. You can see Ethan Raw and Van Rapphorst trying to get there. Good identification by Sowers and McArdle, that 1-2 punch attack.
Got it to within one with a minute to go in the third.
That last goal, a great example defensively, how you don't want to get spread out. Well, you want to stay anchored to the pipes and the crease area.
Oh, look at Sowers feeding the crease, finds McArdle. These two do it again. It's 10-9, jackpot.
returning the favor here. You're going to get Sowers with this underneath move. Freeze it right here. You're going to get Apple. He's going to slide across the field. The issue is nobody from this backside, none of these Cannons defenders get down the backside to get to McArdle, who's just sitting on that backside pipe. So you get the first slide by Apple, that little hedge and recovery, and Van Rappelhorst is just late again in that second slide rotation.
Apple goes halfway, and that's a tough decision for a veteran defender. He's trying to read the play. The truth,
one goal game, chance to tie. Sowers from X. Sowers, McArdle, why not? Rinse, repeat, re-rack, we're tied at 10.
If you go out and pressure him, he runs by you. So what do? You sit back and you just let him pick you apart. The Sowers to McArdle connection continues. The patience, no pressure, and McArdle just gets lost in the wash.
Communication inside is imperative. You've got to talk. You got to have your head on a swivel, a little bit of ball watching, and suddenly Michael Sowers and Kieran McArdle are dominating.